do that, just living on that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, bro. So yeah, I'm pushing. I'm pushing. Good morning, everybody. We're here with the CJN friends. We're here with the friends today doing some post roast. We're going over some of their iced meme stories. We didn't do an iced meme. We did stories. We wanted to see what people thought up when it came to like Shadow the Coyote trying to sneak into the states, or Agent iced agent trying to catch him, or bloopers, or like fun little like little mishaps and mayhem going on. So we asked a bunch of our friends to create short stories, 3 to 5 posts, and we did a contest around it because it was iced week, right? I wear red just because I wear red. It's not a sport affiliation. It's not a gang affiliation. It's just me wearing red, guys. Um, it's just a color, bro. It's just a color. Uh, but yeah, so we had some fun with the iced meme and the storylines that we built around that, and we're gonna roast some of our friends' posts for what they submitted. I was a little disappointed with some of y'all. Damn it! I'm gonna start the roast off with that. All right, some of y'all know how to format a good post, and like I looked at some of them and I was like, damn, what did they do here? Like, have I not been running enough contests? Have we not been doing enough like X post formatting content and stuff like that? Am I gonna have to go back to like hardcore like X post threads and content like that? Because like some of the stuff I saw was like, wow, guys, are we deteriorating? Like we're not progressing with some of this. What happened? And yeah, I felt a little use your ats. What, you want me to at who fell behind? We're gonna go over some of them. All right. We're not gonna have enough time to go over all of them, and I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a stream with some of my friends later for Polygunners. So So I have enough time to probably do an hour and a half of event today. But what we will do is we will go over a couple of these posts. Um, I'm gonna take the top 5 from my list, and we're gonna go over them. That includes you, Virion. So you're about to get roasted. Um, we're gonna have some fun with this. So I'm gonna move this over here. All right. Now I can put these all together. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now I can move them over here. Shiver me whiskers. All right. I got too much shit going on over here. Ah. Uh, all right. Here we go. So we're gonna start off with let's see. What the hell? What the hell? We're gonna start off with Funkiest. Where's Funkiest? So Funkiest got fifth place on both picks, by the way, which was kind of nice. I think that was the order. So we're gonna do it in order from fifth to first. All right. So we had Funky, right? Now I don't know. Thank you, Zani. I I don't usually wear colors, but when I do, I wear them well. Um, Uh, but yeah, so we started off the meme theme of this contest was Iced Coin. At Iced Coin on X, if anybody's interested in checking them out. Hot button, controversial kind of project, but they're not trying to be mean about it. They're just trying to bring light to numbers and data and shit like that and do it in a fun, memey way. So, Shadow is a coyote, and as you know, like Southern Border, for those of you who are familiar with like immigration system in the U.S., you know, like Coyotes are people who smuggle people across the border, illegal drugs, um, weapons, all sorts of nefariousness, right? And then ICED has their ICE agent, which is pretty much like Border Patrol or an ICE agent itself. Like, but it's a funny mimetic visualization of them. So the purpose of this was for our community members to create a story that was based on the meme and either the coyote managing to sneak through, avoid iced agents over the border, or an iced agent catching or goofing up while catching the coyote. So we had 24 submissions, five winners from the CJF picks, and five winners from the Iced team picks. Since the Ice team was gracious enough to join us and share some information about their project, we gave them the opportunity to choose five people from the list of people who participated. So this was the fifth place pick for both of them. Um, so we've got Funky here. Meet Agent Blaze. Today, his mission is clear: catch the outlaw. I like that you added an image. That was one thing, guys. Like I know it was not a meme contest. Like you didn't have to add imagery, but not adding imagery creates a shitty post. Whether it's GIFs, whether it's whatever, not adding something to visually break the monotony of the text as you go through it tends to deteriorate the quality of your post. This is something I always recommend to people. When I post, if I do a long form post, I like to try to break up the long form post. If I do a short form post, I tend to like if I do threads, I'll break up each one with an image. And you don't have to do like high end quality like custom images in between each post, but putting the images in there, like I said, breaks up the monotony. It gives the brain something to look at and draw to besides just the text, and it prevents people from kind of just like skimming over everything as you go, and it engages people a little bit better. Like I'm meeting Agent Blaze verbal like textually through the post, but then I get to meet him visually, and it gets to connect like that image of who Agent Blaze is in Funky's mind to the image of Agent Blaze in my mind, right? It's a yeah, definitely. Velocity, imagination is key. It's something that helps a lot. Um, but yeah, so first things first, I like that there wasn't a lot of emoji use, right? But I like the format of the post. Like you could have spaced. So spacing in between sentences, ideas, direction of the text tends to help um, give a little breather room in between reading the lines, and sometimes tends to help keep users engaged a little bit better rather than just one big text block. Especially when using dark mode or light mode, like any mode, it tends to all kind of just blur together when there's one big blot on your screen, right? So like meet Agent Blaze, fresh out of Iced Academy, rocking every gadget in the manual. That's all pretty good. He could have spaced it here, right? Giving it a little break in between this and drones, scanners, nets, you name it. It reads a little funny with the punctuation. I'm very big on like punctuation, formatting, and accuracy. Tone fit is also one of the big ones, but if your format and everything looks really good and your tone is slightly off, it's not as big a deal. If your tone is spot on and your format and structure is terrible, and it throws everything off for me though. Like you can get away with almost a tone deaf post with good formatting, good structuring, good imagery, good emoji use and stuff. But you can't get away with bad structure because a lot of what's in the post gets missed because people just skim through it or over it. People don't pay as much attention to what you've put in front of them because of the way that they absorb it or they take it in, right? So that's something important to think about, especially when it comes to like really good punctuation. Grammarly is an awesome tool. It's one that I don't use, which I probably should. I mean, my boss has told me at one point that I should be using it for everything, but I freehand everything. You know what I'm saying? So Shh, don't tell the boss. Um, but yeah, so you could have he could have taken this, right, copy, and I'll do this real quick. This is my burner account, so this was just what I was using because I got tired of trying to switch back and forth. Meet Agent Blaze, right? Fresh out of academy, drones. See, even something like this, just a little bit of break in between the text helps, right? It's not it when people look at it, how I do it with this, they think that it's almost imperceptible, like what difference it makes to the reader, but it is a huge difference to the reader. It does really determine whether or not a reader is going to continue reading, or if they're going to skip out on it, or if they're going to ignore your post, or if they're going to just skim through it. Like it can really make a huge difference, especially depending on the person that's reading it. So just try to keep that in mind, guys. This sentence here: drone scanners rocking every gadget in the manual. Drone scanners, nets, you name it. And Agent Blaze has it. You know, like just like the flow of it. Probably about an hour, hour and a half, girly. Why? It's gonna be a little bit. That's okay. If you gotta go, you've gotta go. I understand. I don't hold anybody here by gunpoint. You know that. Like life calls, and you have to answer. I expect that from you guys. But you guys always come back, and you guys always join back in again, and I enjoy having you guys here. So when you guys can participate, I am more than happy to have you. You know that. All right. Blaze sets up a cinematic stakeout. Thermal goggles locked on. Motion sensors planted. Alarm systems primed. He whispers, excited into his headset. This one's gonna make my career. He's got all his gadgets. He's got all his toys. He's all excited. The image, the image matches the content of the post, and that's something that I like. If it emphasizes the post, if it works with the post, I like infographics, but I don't like it where, like, when you run this through Chat GPT or something, right? Like, and this is something I hate. I need an image for this post, right? When you run it through ChatGPT, a lot of what ChatGPT is going to give you is so bad. So bad. Uh, so it'll give you an image with that text in it, typically, right? It's not going to paint a picture of the scene. It's going to give you an image with all of that text built into it, and it's almost like an infographic. But you already have that text in your post. So there's no point in you having a graphic that spells it out for you again, right? It'd be one thing to have that information in the graphic and have a different post working together with that graphic, right? Otherwise, like, just do actual, like, art. Oh shit, yeah. Why am I not sharing my screen? Dur, dur, dur. Whoops. So I'm live on X and everything, and I was sharing on there, and I wasn't sharing on here. Um, I'm a derp. Thank you, Oma, for pointing that out. I forgot that I didn't have my share screen up yet. Um, but yeah, you guys can follow along with that too. So we went over the Meat Agent Blaze, and then I went over, like, how you can rearrange the post to make it look better and read a little more fluidly. Shush, girly. Um, and then, like, this, where this is set up pretty nice. I kind of like how this was going, but the problem is it like it again, it's one big text block, right? And this is where I have a problem. Like, people aren't gonna read through sometimes. People are just gonna skim. People aren't gonna pay attention. People are gonna lose interest. Oh, what? This this doesn't violate policies. This is a unique image based on my writing. I want you to create an image for me based on that prompt. ChatGPT gets dumber and dumber, guys. Remember, everything that you use AI wise is a tool. I posted something today in the community forum for an opportunity for you to get 1 free year of Perplexity AI. Um, Yo, Harley, what's up? So it's 1 free year of Perplexity AI, so long as you attach your PayPal. I just did it the other day, and I have a free year of Perplexity AI now. They've got it's pretty cool. Just letting you guys know because it's a tool that you guys can use, right? It's got Claude Sonnet, it's got Opus 4.1, but that's only if you have the Max account. It's got Gemini 2.5, GPT-5. O3 Pro is only under Max and Grok 4. So you'll be able to get access to all of the different you'll be able to get access to all the different models from all the different providers in one place, and you'll be able to have higher limits because you will have a pro account. Okay, um, it's $20 a month. Realistically, that's like a $140 value that I save money on. Like, hey, it's worth it. Um, just make sure that you don't forget to cancel your subscription. Otherwise, it's going to automatically renew for a 1 year period at the start of the next year. So just giving you a heads up on that, right? Um, they've got a bunch of different options though. I really like. I haven't. I'm not gonna say I really like Perplexity because I haven't experienced it that much, but if it's anything like any of the other providers that have multiple models in it, it should be great. Just make sure that you guys don't forget to cancel the subscription if you don't want to continue it because it will automatically renew you. Yo, Savior, what's up, buddy? It's all right, man. So, again, yeah, see, this is the best I've ever seen it generate an image for me. I don't know if they changed how image creation works in GPT-5, but like I did not expect this to do this. Usually what it'll do is it'll give you a post with like Agent Blaze loves this gadget, loves that gadget, does this with that gadget and all this other stuff, but it'll be text in the image and it won't be an actual image. And that's something that I did not enjoy about GPT, and if they fixed it, using this moving forward will be much better. But that is the one of the best images I've gotten off of an image prompt that I've seen. So yeah, definitely a surprise for me. But spacing out the text in your posts again, very good. Um, like you could even break this up into two different things, right? Like you take this text and you can do um, you can turn them rather than a list, you can turn them into um okay, no, there was no space there. You can split them up like this. Like Blaze sets up a cinematic stakeout, thermal goggles. I even would have possibly changed like the flow of this. Like motion sensors have been planted, alarm systems are primed, thermal goggles are locked on. It's like you like a setup from start to finish. Whereas like thermal goggles first, motion sensors. I don't know. Like to me, like I can see him setting up the alarms first. The motion sensors are in place, and then him setting up his goggles. Like I can visualize him like going through the motion of doing each one of those things, right? Um, uh, I haven't messed around with Perplexity too much. But the fact that it has all the models in it, right, is is good. And you spend one thing, one monthly premium for access to multiple models rather than spending if you're already spending like the however much per month for um X premium or whatever, then you've already got Grok. If you're already spending $20 a month for Claude and GPT, then you've already got them. But if you don't have them and you're not a power user of them and you want access to all of those models, then going through something like Perplexity helps because it has access to the older and some of the newer models. Of course, the like I was showing before, with Perplexity AI, with some of them like the Opus 4.1, the newest Claude Sonnet is under the max plan. The old O3, which is one of the most powerful versions out there for ChatGPT, is under the max version. So like you're gonna be restricted still, right? Um, it's just that like realistically, Claude 4.0 isn't much different from 4.1 in my opinion. They still work great for coding. O3 you can run GPT-5 and be okay. 2.5 Pro still a really good model. So like Grok 4 still a really good model. So like you can run really good models if you're not using it for like hardcore power use AI generation and stuff like that, then you don't have to worry about it. This gives you one subscription to access all of these different ones. Whereas like otherwise you'd be spending 60, 80, $100 a month to access all these different models and subscriptions. So it's yeah, it's got research mode. It's got labs, create projects from scratch, evaluate early enterprise use cases of Microsoft's AI agents. Like it's got voice dictation mode, voice mode, dictation mode, search from web, spaces or like projects. They even have templates. So like there's a lot of different things that you can do. Crypto Coin Explorer, Yellow Combinator, Startup Advisor. Like, there's a lot of good options here built into this. And the fact that you can get it free for 12 months through the link that I have in there, then that's the only reason why I'm pushing this for you guys. Um, hold on. AI opportunity. Yeah. So if you go and you check out that link and you link your how many minutes we got to stay on the live to qualify for the draw. um we're doing 15 minutes today, Remy. So I'll give you guys that 15 minutes. Some of you guys will stay longer, some of you guys won't. I understand it. Some of you guys have limitations. I see you in there, Dropper. What's up, buddy? um but yeah, so let's get back to the post roast though. So yeah, like I can see this flowing a little differently, just based on like how I could visualize this scene in my head. But at the same time, just spacing it out helps. You know, Blaze sets up a cinematic stakeout, thermal goggles locked on, motion sensors planted, alarm systems primed. He whispers excited into his headset. This one's gonna make my career. So like it gives you a little bit of breakage between the text. And when it comes down to it, I don't like bullet point kind of setups. You can do bullet points. What I would have done was, like I would have set it up with like the small number boxes and stuff, or even like the small triangles or diamonds or squares is sort of like bullets to like kind of Blaze Blaze sets up his stakeout. The thermal goggles are locked on. It's sort of like a checklist, or even use the little checks. There you go. You can even use little checks. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull that up. Check, check. You see what I'm saying? Check. Motion sensors planted. Check. Alarm systems primed. That would have read a little bit better than me than just having them plain text running down a line, right? So that would have been good. Um, so that's some way that you could have improved that, right? And then you could have split off from there. Blaze sets up his stakeout. Check. Thermal goggles locked on. Check. Motion sensors planted. Check. Alarm systems primed. Space down. He whispers into his headset, and then just put this over here and keep it in the same line. Comma. This one's gonna make my career, and that would have been amazing for a post structure for me. Um, just a FYI. The outlaw approaches, except he is. See, this is where it fell off for me, and where like now it's all just text block, right, going down to the end, right, and there's no more images, and that's something that I think hurt this one, Funky. I think that you should have kept up with the images or try to do patterns for the images, like one, none, one, none, one, and then end, right? Patterns help like consistency for people as they read over stuff. Creating a good pattern can help keep people engaged because they know what they're coming to expect at each point. Just yo Stark, what's up, buddy? Just dropping off the images after the first two posts, it feels bad. I wanted to see some cool new images of Agent Blaze as we went through the as we went through him setting up and trying to catch the coyote, right? So yeah, that's definitely what I would have hoped for, but then it just drops, and that's something that was a little disappointing for me. The outlaw approaches, except he isn't sneaking. It's just a confused tourist dragging a duffel bag stuffed with ice branded novelty ice cubes from a gift shop. He's sweating more than the bag is melting. Um, the structure itself isn't terrible, but the spacing. I would have put a space a line break here and a line break here, just giving it a little room to breathe for the text. Definitely, again, I would have liked an image here of a tourist carrying around a bag of ice with iced stamped onto it. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been cool. Blaze activates everything at once. Drone swarm, nets launch. He trips his own alarm, tangles himself in the net, and his drone kamikazes into a cactus nearby. The tourist drops his bag, stammering, "Man, I just wanted to find the hotel. Google Maps sent me the wrong way." This seems really broken. Like the flow of the text, like you went from good like structured sentences and text to like missing periods. Now all of a sudden, like you had periods in all of these, now you're missing periods in all of these, right? Um, you missed a quotation mark at the end. If he's stammering, you would expect like an I dash I for like a stammer. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the feel I would get from like a stammer. Um, an image with him in his net tangled up, that's something that I go hard. I see you. I see everything. Um so like these are things that I would hope to see in the image reflected to emphasize the post, right? Patterns again. If you're doing proper punctuation as you go from post to post, keep the proper punctuation from post to post. Don't miss periods. Don't miss commas. Don't put commas in weird places. Um, where's Joe at? I know Joe's lurking somewhere in here. Yeah, Gohar's welcome to come up if she wants. JK, you know you're always welcome to come up. Um, so yeah, like don't miss those punctuation marks. Don't miss those patterns that you're keeping by using either proper punctuation or improper punctuation. If you had left the periods out of every sentence, going up the chain, it wouldn't look as weird as it does with it missing from this one specifically. And it's only missing from this one because you put it in this one too, and then you miss it in certain places. So those patterns, I'll go up if you go up. Oh. You see what I'm saying though, Funky? Go hard! JK, what's up?
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo!
Hi, Mom.
What's up,
Hi, baby.
JK? Oh. It's getting steamy over here. What's going on? Um,
Should
Parental
I call Paris
advisory.
dad now? So I have my mom up here, and then should I? Hi, dad.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Just kidding. Okay, what
All
are we
right,
roasting?
we're roasting
I actually have
Funky's
a
post.
question.
What's up?
So, as Gen Z, we don't like capital letters. I mean, in general, we don't like capitalization. So I was wondering if the main audience of the creator is like in the Gen Z range. Is it better to post all in lowercase?
I
Or
I
is that
don't
still like
I
against
don't
the Gen Z?
think so. Honestly, if I created like if I took this, right? Let's see. He had this one was pretty well formatted, right? Um so if I took this one, right? And I paste that here. Today's mission, right? So if I took out all the capitals, right? It just
Yeah.
looks weird to me, right? Like I know they're adverse to using it, right? But it
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean that reading it is a problem to them. And you can
I
still
don't know.
use
It
those
looks
capital
weird
like
to me
hmm?
when there's like capital letters. It's like someone is screaming at me,
See,
and
that's
this
the
is
thing
more
though.
like,
If
yo,
you're using capitalization in certain points, like the beginning of sentences, kind of shows you where things are starting, right? If you're using
it
the
starts in the beginning of the sentence. That's clear.
yeah, but we also know like when we're using a tag for a token, we capitalize everything. Even Gen Z knows that, you know. Um, when you capitalize,
Yeah, I didn't
when you
mean to use lowercase for the tickers, just for the regular words.
yeah, when you capcase things, it emphasizes the words themselves and shows a level of importance. Um, using all capitals, like "Hey guys, I am here," like that's like yelling. That's like screaming at
Why
you.
are you screaming at me?
Yes, but if you want this to be an important sentence, I like because it doesn't feel as yelly, and at the same time, it's still emphasizing each of the words in that sentence based on the capitalization, so it captures attention more than if you just used lowercase. And not only that, most people don't have access to bold because they don't have premium. So you can use cap casing like this, or I think it's called snake casing, snake casing, cap casing. I forget what the hell the technical term is, but you can use this to emphasize a portion of your post without having to bold or italicize. So it's good posting practice, even though like Gen Z may not be as um, friendly with capitals. It still works to emphasize it in a way that isn't as obnoxious as full capital casing or full caps
Okay,
locks.
but I would use this once per post, probably not like every,
Like once per thread or
not
once
in
per
every
like
line,
individual post?
once per individual post, not in every line.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I
Yeah,
completely agree with that one. The more you use it, the less valuable it becomes. It's like anything
yeah, yeah,
else.
yeah.
If
Because you
you're
want to
all of your
highlight
text
like
is
one
bold,
specific
it's
line.
all bold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And that all comes down to like the good posting practices and good formatting practices. Like I hate when it's like one big text block like this. For me it's like I want to just skim through it. I don't even want to read it, like the picture draws more attention to me than the text does because it's all in one spot. But you space it out and it gives you a little breathing room in between sentences. It helps you focus a little more on the individual sentences or the individual points as you go. So that's kind of
Okay, wait
kind of
for
one of
like a year or two, and we will like Gen Z will change the game.
oh god.
We will make it more readable with lowercase.
Yeah, I'm
JK,
an elder millennial, so like I'm from a
yeah,
different era.
oldest one.
Oh, dear.
We're gonna we're gonna replace all of your rules. JK, are you
Oh,
joining FFGA?
Huh?
Are you joining the FFGA AMA?
Uh, I might be because it's gonna be in 20 minutes, right? I'll
Yeah,
probably
20
be there.
minutes.
uh-oh.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh. You guys always
uh-oh.
scheduling around my events. Jeez. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
My event is right now. Then your community has nothing to do. They can come with me
oh,
to another.
oh, she's trying to steal my community members. Jeez.
Oh my
Jeez.
God, this
You know,
community is so
I get it. She's
back.
cute. She's Asian. She's a girl. You know, but
This
I
community is
know that you
so
guys aren't gonna
bad.
Did
be
you just call
swayed.
her
Oh,
huge?
I said cute, not
I wish
huge.
they
I said cute
Ah, okay.
Asian girl. You know,
I
just because
get
she's
it.
a
I
cute
get
Asian girl doesn't mean that you guys need to be swayed by her
oh my
ways. All
God.
right. I
Imagine how sexy it would be
You
if
just
you
go
can
for the
be
heart. Go hard.
she's not going for the
get
heart. She's going for the
Justin
lust. Get out of here.
Bieber. Come on, guys.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her trying to seduce my community members. Get out of here. Mind you, we are live on Twitch, X, Trovo, Kick. Um,
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm kidding.
Are we live? What? Are we live again?
yes,
I always forget.
I'm
I
usually
always
live.
forget.
I'm usually live. I record everything that we do here
I messed
because
up
Whatever.
last night, though. I said stuff last night that I should have said. Oh,
oh well, no. What
I'm
do you
not gonna
mean?
try to do it again today.
No, the yesterday no, we weren't live on the DTL server. Don't worry.
Ah, yeah, we went live on top six.
The- oh yeah, no, we were live with Toxic's event. Yes, for sure. Um, all right, we love you. Go hard. Keep going. Yeah, yeah. Shush, girly. You're another one. Um, all right. So the outlaw approaches, except he isn't sneaking. It's just a Okay, already went over this. Like I said, imagery around this would have been great. The melting bag of ice with the stamped ice cubes. That would have been kind of cool to see. Again, blockiness, the way the text all kind of bleeds together. The fact that you didn't keep your pattern going with the periods and like certain punctuation as you went. And I noticed you tend to break these. Um, you could have put a comma here and just continued into the quoted like line here for the guy. Man, I just wanted to find the hotel. Google Maps sent me the wrong way. Like you could have continued that here. And I don't know if maybe you were running out of like character count because that's possibly why you like
Yeah,
shortened
that's
or
possible.
worded it. Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking. Like he removed the periods because he was running out of line. Um, uh, I you could have possibly shortened this. He tangles himself in his own net. His drone explodes into the cactus. The tourist drops his bag, stammering. That would have saved you probably like 20 to 30 characters right there, right? And yes, I am a bully. See you, Remy. Have a good one, buddy. Um, that would have saved you 20, 30 characters. You could have worded some of these other areas a little better and still kept your
Yeah,
punctuation,
I
kept the
mean,
quotation at
you
the
could have
end.
used GPT to like tell GPT, can you like shorten this for a Twitter post? And it could have helped you out, and you can just like a bit
See,
change like
the
some of the
problem with GPT
stuff
is
in.
GPT ends up getting really fucking derpy too. Like it's annoying. I'm
So
trying
we need
to
let's
reword
try that.
this and use it for a Twitter post
You say reword, I say rewrite. A
going
GPT
over the
rewrites it for me.
character count.
Makes it more generic, I think, when it shortens.
Blaze goes all in. Drum sworn, nets fire. He trips
And
his
then
own alarm, tangles in the net, and a drone kamikazes into a cactus. A tourist See now, this isn't bad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, because this one doesn't have premium. So let's see. Yeah, I'm still well within character count. Could
Yeah.
have done that. Could
And you can
take.
adjust
I hate that
spaces,
shit.
remove that.
Um,
Yeah, it's annoying. And then like yeah, put this down.
There we
See, it's
go.
still in the
And
count.
it's still within the character count. And now you've
Yeah.
got something that's well worded. Yeah, GPT, since they upgraded to GPT 5, it's been wonky. I wasn't happy with it at all when they first released GPT 5. But it's gotten better as it's going. I guess they've just needed
Yeah.
to get use of it as they went, and yeah. But this definitely
You know,
words better. It sounds better. It's punctuated. Blaze goes all in. Drone swarm nets fire. He trips his own alarm, tangles in the net, and a drone kamikazes into a cactus. The tourist drops his bag, stammering, "Man, I just wanted the hotel. Google Maps sent me the wrong way." Like, and it's all within the character count. Um, yeah, funky. Um, and it's worded well. Whereas the way that it's worded here feels a little odd. "Man, I just wanted to find the hotel. Google Maps sent me the wrong way." It feels very like shorted. It feels clipped, and that bothers me a little bit when I'm reading it personally. Blaze, still caught in the net, declares, "Classic outlaw cover story. You're not fooling me." The tourist just sighs, picks up his half melted cubes, and wanders off, leaving Blaze in his own trap. Welcome to ICED, where sometimes the agent needs more help than the outlaws, right? And realistically, we could even do the same thing with this. Like, and I'm not saying that you need to do ChatGPT for everything. ChatGPT is a good tool, but again, it's only a tool.
Yeah.
As you see, like I
Only
took
for
that and I
basic.
reworded it and restructured it a little. Use it as a tool. Don't use it as a
Yeah.
replacement. You know. Um, do the
Don't
same
use it
with
as your
this.
content creator. Use
Yeah,
it as like a
exactly.
tool that can help you adjust your stuff.
You're still creating the bulk of the idea. You're creating you are the creativity, and it is the tool that helps you refine that creativity into something that is a better post or better structured or more reader friendly, right? And it's going to do better than that, better than me even at that in some regards. But in some regards, it's also not going to work to my preferences, to my style, right? Of how I
Okay.
usually do things. So that's something to keep in mind. You want to keep on style. Replacing those long dashes is good because um, it, it's a telltale sign of GPT, and I usually grade lower based on those, just because. It's not whether or not you use GPT; it's whether or not I can tell you use GPT, because anybody reading on X typically is adverse to GPT posts. They don't like seeing AI generated posts, and they
Yeah.
consider it slop, even if it's better than the posts they put out nine
Yo,
tenths of the
Francis, I
time.
got a question. You know those AI tools that say they can humanize GPT contents. Do you think they're actually like
You don't have to
working?
use the
They
tool.
they are.
You don't have to use those tools, right?
Mhm.
Humanize this.
Wait, does GPT have its own like humanization? I can.
Yeah, GPT
I
has it
never
built
tried.
into it.
I never tried.
I
Blaze is
think
still
all of those
tangling the net.
humanization tools, what they're doing is just they're putting correct prompts so that it doesn't look generic.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't
Paris,
like
did
M.
you use instructions in the like in your profile settings?
It depends. Like, for instance, but
Uh,
like for this, I've got like I'll add files. Um, depending
Project
on
instructions, I understand, but the in the settings of your
oh,
profile
so like
on ChatGPT. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
c- this
Okay,
is the
you
one I
use them.
typically
Oh,
go
you
with.
yeah.
Just because I
Okay.
like Eli 5, but then I have to
I will
break
use
like
it
I have
in
to
my
break that
conversation.
every once in a while because I don't
Mm.
like it always giving me the Eli 5. Um, Usually, a lot of what I was using um, ChatGPT for was to explore projects because the time it takes to go through white papers and tokenomics and even the websites themselves sometimes depending on the
Yeah,
project
yeah,
and
yeah.
how it's like it's just too time consuming. I don't have enough time to do that on a regular basis. So a lot of this is yeah. But realistically, GPT will help you build out I need good instructions for breaking down crypto projects. I want in depth exploration and good general summarization of the projects and what they are trying to achieve. I want a thorough breakdown of the tokenomics and evaluations based on historically successful token projects. Please apply this to exploring. Um, let's see. What's a trending token right now? Trending cryptocurrencies. Um, it's gonna ask me to create an account. Trending cryptocurrencies. Aster. Um, Aster. I can't. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Historical data, X Twitter, and then I'll just run it like that. I usually prompt my instructions for each instance of the chat, um, and then I'll revise it as I go. Realistically, I should be saving more of my really good prompts as I go through it. Um, but like
Are you using Pro?
yeah, but like for me, like this
Okay.
this is this is a sample for like contest breakdowns and evaluation. I'm trying to start using more AI reviews for like the contests that we have because going through 30 of them a week on top of doing everything else that I do, it tends to be a little more difficult as time's going. So I'm trying to find ways to make this more effective and have it actually evaluate things based on um my preferences and my way of evaluation. Um, uh, no, that's I lost a prompt somewhere. I gotta find it. Okay. Um, yeah,
Oh,
but
Klaus, I can respond to that. So as far as I understand, and uh, the ChatGPT 5 is a model which still uses the previous models, but it decides for itself when it should use the previous models. So, for example, if your prompt is just to, uh, list uh, the alphabet, obviously it's going to use the oldest model. If you are asking for something more complicated, it's going to use like 4 or 5, depending on the complexity of your request. And then what the paid model does is you can always access ChatGPT 5 model, which is like better thinking and doesn't provide mostly wrong answers or like generic answers. And then in free version, I think it's limited. You cannot use 5 most of the time. That's what I was told on our weekly AI sessions.
it's
And yeah, I noticed it.
most of what the paid version allows is access to different features, realistically. So a lot of it is usage, the amount of usage that you get with it. GPT is switched over to the GPT-5 model completely. So like you can't access, like if you go to new chat and you want to access like an older model or something, you can't really access it. It's all built into
You
that
can't
one.
access it, but it uses the previous models itself. But
Mm,
it decides for itself which model to use.
try again, switch model. Okay. Auto decides how long to think. Instant answers right away. Thinking mini thinks quickly. Thinking thinks longer for better answers. And then you do have 4.0, 4.1, 0.3, 0.4. But I think auto is just on how long it thinks from what it's saying here, not which model it's actually using. But anyway, like when it comes down to it, a lot of what you get with the pro subscription is access to things like projects, access to like templates and stuff, the different GPTs that they offer from other people who have created it, right? Um, Projects are a big one. I like projects because you can add the files and have something to reference to continuously every time you create something or want to branch off of like what you've already built and want to like do something slightly different with it or whatever. Sea velocity, and then you've also got usage. The usage is the big one because most people will never run through like a pro GPT or a plus GPT subscription, but like for Claude, you can run through it really quick. For me, I've there's 5 hour windows that you can use a certain number of tokens within with Claude, and depending on which version you're using, if you're using 4.0 or 4.1, and I use this as an example because I've been using that for coding for the bot. Um, it uses tokens faster,
Okay, guys,
and
I'll kick off. I have an FFG AMA right now. Bye, guys. Love
all right,
you.
go hard. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Go
So,
with her. I'll catch you later. Bye.
bye,
Bye,
Chick
Francis.
A.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow my mom.
All right, see ya. Thanks for the follow, Great Mike. I appreciate it, buddy. Um, but yeah, so the the AI stuff is cool. Again, Perplexity has the free 1 year right now, gives you access to a lot of those tools, and it's free. Just don't forget to cancel the subscription. Um, but yeah, Funky, do you have any questions about your review? I know we've spent an hour on it now because I keep scrolling over to other things. But if you have any questions about your review, let me know, and I'm happy to help. Um, but you ended pretty good. You have a good like call to action at the end. You just like the way that you worded it, the spacing, and the lack of images at the end. 3 images per day. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you participating. Yeah, no, I look forward to it. A lot of people, and that's the thing, like, I haven't been able to do as many of these reviews lately as I usually like doing. And I feel like a lot of people that would benefit from it, especially the newer participants, have been done a disservice because of this. So I'm gonna try to do more around project like post reviews and stuff to give you guys the feedback that you deserve. Um, a lot of our old timers like Virion and Stark and Oma, they've been participating for a while, but even Oma kind of had an issue with like spacing here, and that's one of the reasons why she wasn't like as higher up, but like she was competing with Casey here. Like second and third was kind of a hard draw for me. Um, but like Stark just did generally better with the spacing, with the imagery, with the wordplay. So yes, you've been called an old timer, Casey. You're one of our OGs. You're an old timer here. I'm not that old either. Y'all motherfuckers call me old every day, damn it. But yeah, so we're gonna look at. We looked at the fifth place one, and anybody who didn't include any graphics was ruled out automatically. I'm sorry, guys. Like, if you can't take time to try to work some sort of some sort of imagery into the post, like I can't. Especially when we've got other people like going out and trying to generate cool posts and stuff. Um, I can't put you guys in the running. You know, like I just can't do it. You know, we've got some really cool imagery that people are putting into their posts. The he did miss the one here, but you know, yeah, Sweet 16. Get out of here, Virion. And I'm glad that you guys are here. You guys like justify my job. You guys keep me in a position and in business. So I appreciate that too because I continue to have a place to work. Um, but yeah, Atomic. If you're here, are you here, Atomic? Hello. I don't see Atomic anywhere. All right, if Atomic's not here, we can skip his for now. Whew. Oh, need some more caffeine. So Casey went a different route. Virion went a different route here. So she kind of went with like the theme of Iced and how they post on their like X page and shit like that. So like it was an interesting thing to see. Um, Instead of doing one long, hey Atomic, what's up, buddy? I was wondering where the hell you were. I'll get I'll get to yours. Virion, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. Outlaw log again. What we went over earlier. Capitals bad. Capital O, capital L. Highlight. There you go. Shut the hell up. Capital S, capital T, capital H, capital U. Right? I didn't see you. Usually you're at the top. I don't know why I can't. Like, I didn't see your. Not on my watch. um, but yeah. So, like, shut the hell up. Capitalize the first letters of each word, right? Got a little blocky in some spaces, but you had good general spacing for all of your posts. This one was a little much, but good general spacing and structure for your posts. You had really good images. Um, it's been a week since I've been hiding from these agents. Ever since the incident with that baby at the border. Babies, man, they just don't know when to shut the hell up. Now I'm Shadow Man, except my Shadow Cave is a busted truck at the junkyard. Shadow like the Shadow Man thing was a little cringy to me, but it fuck you're trying to be cringy. It's a meme post, you know. Outlaw log number 57. Again, the capitalization. You work on like avoiding the cat. Why you were because you were pulling hairs. Um, for fire's sake, I'm starving. I'd eat a anything. So you got to watch out for like small mistakes like that. I need to get food, probably a hamburger. I've put on a disguise, fake mustache, damn cockroaches keep crawling through it. My sunglasses and the hat I stole from that drunk mariachi. Tough guy, hee hee. You know, like it's good, but it's not one concise story, and that was one of the things that drew back a little bit from it. Um, the bot got you, Nadia. I'm sure of that. Don't worry about it. Um, So like I can see what you're doing, but like we were kind of going for a story too, and you painted a story through the logs, like diarization rather than like an actual like story, which is an interesting thing in and of itself, but it also feels a little bit weird as you go from one post to the next because it's so broken. Like it's so separated from each other, right? Outlaw log number 58. While I was out, I saw the usuals. My face on the bounty poster. 1 million iced to catch only me. Uh, like this, the way that this was wording threw me off a little bit. Um, uh, so I would have said something like 1 million iced just to catch me? Question mark exclamation point. That would have sounded a little bit better. Or if you wanted to go the route of only a million iced, you could have done only a million iced to catch me, and that would have been good. Gemini's funny. There's two different ways to generate images through Gemini, Klaus. There's one that uses Nano Banana and one that just uses the 2.5 Pro, I think. I think that there's two different ways to do it. But when you do go for images, go for Nano Banana if you can. It's just fucking amazing. Yeah, so what I would have said was 1 million iced just to catch me, question mark, exclamation point. And like, because the way it's worded there, to catch only me sounds a little off. And then top it off, the capitalization again. Yeah, Nano Banana's new image generation thing that they're using for Gemini, and it's really smooth. I like it a lot. What's up, Palace? Then I thought, wait, if someone could get 1 million iced for catching me, what if I catch me? What if I caught me? Right? Like, just like the way that it processes for me in my head based on the way that the wording is, right? So like I would have done like while I was out, I saw the usuals, right? My face on the bounty poster with 1 million iced, well, with a 1 million iced reward. I can't believe they're paying that much just to catch me, you know? Um I then I thought, wait, if someone could get 1 million iced for catching me, why can't I catch me? Like, why can't I catch me? What if I caught me? Um, that why couldn't I claim the bounty? But like the what if I catch me just sounded a little weird to me. I do like that you used more emojis. Emojis are good when they're emphasizing. Same thing with like the images. You want to emphasize the post. Catching me ain't even that hard. Laughing face, like you're laughing at the fact that people are having such a hard time. Um, yeah, I feel you, Virion. And a lot of that comes to like rewording and rethinking the structure of the post. Sometimes you have to break down the main principles of what you want to post and just focus on a way to restructure that post so that you can catch that main thing while still not sounding off. Or even well, the way that you were doing this one, you couldn't separate it into other posts either. So that was part of your difficulty there. And I get that. It's a tough thing to manage, but no, you're not wrong. Like it's tough to manage it without the premium, and that's also why when I do my posts, I either do short threads, right, where I'll do short posts for each individual post, or I'll do one long form thread, and that because I try to follow like good short form post standards for my thread posts rather than like having long posts, long posts, long posts, long posts. Because otherwise, why would I just not create one long post? Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Why make a thread if you're doing a bunch of long posts? And I get it. Um, Outlaw log number 59. I walked into the iced office in full disguise, pointed at myself and shouted, "I found this outlaw." Then, for dramatic effect, ripped off the disguise. I was born for this. Now I'm kicked back in the office, sipping iced tea and waiting for my iced bag. Outlaw log number 60. Haven't ridden in a while. Got caught. Turns out my reward is just a prison cell. They lied. Lessons learned. Bounties are a sham. Hunger and low blood sugar equals terrible plans. New plans. Sue the agents for right infringement or something. Foolproof. And I like how you did that. You misspelt it on purpose. Like you emphasize that he's kind of derpy, and like it's you did really well with the post. And like I said, it felt a little bit off based on like the wording and stuff like that, but um, most of these posts were really good. Laughed at my little story. Want to join the fun? Dive into Iced Coin memes and rewards. Check them out. Become a friend to take part in this and other wild events for a chance to win. Foolproof plans and rewards await. I like how you did that. You had really good like interesting little snippets of story, and you kind of piece them together into one long story that 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 you told in like diary entries. I felt it was a little weird based on like the outlaw logs, um, considering the way that we were like doing the the contest, but it worked and it followed the iced way of posting things too. I don't like the capitals. I wouldn't do the capitals like this. Remember, first letters, don't capitalize the whole thing. It looks yelly, it looks screamy. Um, the images were pretty good. Some of them were a little lackluster, like this one here. You know, it I don't know, felt a little forced with like the trying to find another like post to put in there. You probably could have even left that one out and did this one as 57 and 58 and then 59 instead of going with this post specifically. This one just felt like filler to me, you know, like you wanted to add a little more substance to it, and that's what you came up with. Um, we ended up going with leverage, I think, right? Yeah. 1 second, guys. Quest updates, event updates. Um, yep, leverage and how it works. 1 second. Our to the moon event. All right, there we go. I'm back. But yeah, all in all, it was a really good post. You had really good graphics. You had some funny, memey stuff. It was really good. I enjoyed it. A couple improvements, like I said. Um, these short little snippets, you could usually put into one sentence, right? You can make them a little bit longer. They didn't have to be like these short little um, things. You could have made them full set. While I was out, I saw the usuals, comma. My face on another bounty poster. Um, the reward 1 million iced just to catch me. Silly. Or just to catch me? Question mark exclamation point. And in all honesty, I don't even know why they're struggling. Like there's ways that you could do it to give like good just general sentences for that. You didn't have to like they all feel like really short sentences, short snippets of statement or thought that you could have pieced together a little better in some areas. But other than that, I mean, I can't criticize it too much. Again, you just have good general posts, Virion. Virion, you're having issues with your Discord a lot lately. All right, let's hop over to Atomic real quick. Atomic, one of the main things that I've noticed with yours was the text blocks. It was a funny story. I like the imagery that you put in. I like that you took the time to do images. So I definitely ran out of subscription. Oh no, Virion. My name's Shadow. They called me a coyote, but I am a different breed. I'm a different breed. My mission: sneak past the dreaded iced agents. My secret weapon: a disguise so perfect, so simple, they'll never see me coming. I'm going in as a garden gnome. It's funny, it's memey, but the format is bad. Like it's just really blocky text, right? So what I would have done was my name's Shadow, but I'm a different breed, right? My mission: sneak back the dreaded iced agents. My secret weapon: a disguise so perfect, so simple, they'll never see me coming. And then I'm going in as a garden gnome, right? So now, if you look at the structure of this, it makes it easier to read. It's formatted a little better. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to one big block of text, it allows breaks in between. I think that typically when you post like this, it gives people a chance to process information before being tossed to the next line. It separates ideas from things. Like you're separating out his name, what he is, and how he looks at himself, what his mission is, and then what he's going in as, right? It's just good separation of ideas. It's good format of the post, and it's good for reader attention, right? So that's the main complaint that I had about your submission in general, dude. That's it. I've been a guardian gnome for 3 hours. The iced agent just passed me for the fifth time, shaking his head. Space here? No space. I don't know if you did that because you were running out of space, but yeah. Um, he thinks I'm quirky and not stealthy. Now my nose is itchy and I'm pretty sure a squirrel is using me as a nut hiding post. The life of a master coyote is not glamorous. You missed a period at the end. I figure you ran out of space with the way that this is, and if you have to manage like the space a little better, then you can always separate posts. You could always do another post. You only posted three of the five, so you had another two posts that you could have worked in there. Um, so it was already short. You didn't have to try to shove everything into that one post there, right? So just a heads up on that. Um, the agent finally caught me, not because of my disguise, but because he tossed a bottle of ice cola on the ground. The scent was too powerful. I had to break character and claim my reward. He just grinned and said, "Welcome to the light, friend." That statement at the end threw me off a little bit. Um, like I welcome to the life friend. What? Because he enjoys ice cola. Like what's the idea behind that? If he had grinned and said like, "Gotcha," no one can refuse an ice cola. That would have made more sense. You know what I'm saying? Or like and it's something else that fit a little better with the storytelling there would have been good. I don't know. Again, maybe you clipped it down because of spacing, but yeah. Welcome to the light, friend. It's comedic, but it doesn't really fit. But, like trying to be funny for the sake of being funny without it fitting into that point or that text or that like portion of the story that you're telling just kind of throws it off. It's almost like when you start using punctuation, then you stop using it, something in your brain looks at it and says, "Eh." Like what the fuck? What's that? Like why does it seem so off to me? Why does it seem so weird, right? So, like the scent was too powerful. I had to break character and claim my reward. He just grinned and said, "No one can refuse an iced cola." You know what I'm saying? Like or iced cola gets them every time. Like these are things that would fit in really well and still hold that comedic approach to it and not sound so weird because like welcome to the light friend would be like him coming in and yeah. Catch you later, Zani. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. The CTA at the end was good. Check out the fun with Ice Coin meme and rewards. Come be a friend to participate in the event, and ones like it for a chance to win. You did really good with the post, dude. It was a solid story. You added the graphics. Um, you told a really good like funny goofy story. And the only parts that you suffered a little with was you didn't have any emojis. No, Virion. No, Virion. The only part I'll take a look. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Um. So the only two main parts to your post, Atomic, is the structure of the text and emoji use. There's opportunities here for you to use emojis that would emphasize. your post a little bit better. Okay. And you could have taken those opportunities to do so. Um, so just keep that in mind in the future, um, and improve. That like you won a spot, which is amazing, right? Like that's awesome. So like nobody can take that win away from you. Uh, but you can always do better the next time, right? You can always push to improve and take a higher spot up there, right? Um, Varion from the second post. This second post was my least favorite post because it felt like filler, right? Um, Outlaw logs, the capitalizations on the entire thing. Use O, use L, cap locks. Rewording this would have been better. You could have restructured it a little bit. While I was out, I saw the usual my face on a bounty poster or a bounty poster with my face on it. Um, the reward 1 million iced just to catch me. Seriously, catching me isn't even that difficult. You know, like and exclamation point at the end to emphasize it. Then I thought, wait, if anyone can claim the reward, why can't I claim the 1 million for catching myself? You know, so those are things that you can work on, like just the rewording and then like the space in between the hyphen and proof. It when you hyphenate things, usually connect them to the hyphen. So that's something to think about. Um, hmm. Otherwise, your post was great, Virion. I don't see. I think it was funny. I am tired. I'm perpetually tired these days. Um, so like your flow is okay in each individual post. They tie in well enough together, and they seem like chronological events. The this one I would have removed. It feels more like filler than anything. It's a little aggressive in like the wording too, and that can turn people off with it. So there's that. Um, Outlaw log walked into the ice office, ripped off the disguise. Now I'm kicked back. Like I I don't see like your formatting is really good. Couple of things with like spacing. I like how you added in the silliness there with the right infigment. Um, Yeah, you're draining me, Virion. You're draining. Usually it's girly that's a drain, but today it's you. No. um, Hunger plus low blood sugar. When you use the end, try to use the ampersand, right? The plus is weird. Um, like, um, coyote and garden gnome disguise equals win, right? Um, So let's go back over here real quick. So I like, I think that ampersand tends to look a little better. Um, whereas like the plus is weird. I don't know why, but like the ampersand always looked neater to me than just the plus, right? The plus is smaller. It doesn't take as much space. It throws it off from the top line of the text and the bottom line of the text. Whereas like the ampersand means the same thing, fills the whole text line and feels meaningful compared to like that little plus. But the plus isn't necessarily bad. I just feel like ampersand works better for most cases. Yes. Yes. I feel like it's just neater. I don't know. Like it's always something I've preferred over the plus symbol. Um, you don't have to. I'm not saying that it's wrong to use the plus symbol. I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to deduct points for it or anything. But like just try using it and see if you prefer it, you know? So, yeah. I've found them to be more enjoyable, or to look better in most scenarios. So yeah, but yeah, otherwise you had a great post. I wasn't a huge fan of like the diary style log. Cap locks that you had in certain places were frustrating. You know better than cap locks. Cap locks is not your friend. All right, cap case. No, it's definitely not because it's more creative, and like it was very difficult. Like, and that's the thing. Like the simple kind of contests that you think should be easier tend to be the most difficult ones. Like the single post contest that we did way back when. That one was tough. You guys had a really hard time with that one, and I don't blame you because it was not an easy contest. So yeah, guys, just pay attention to those things. Um, but yeah, so Oma, I'm sure you're here, right, Oma? Oma's usually here. Yep, there goes Oma. So we're gonna move on to Oma. Oma's story was a little more absurd than other people's stories, and it was like the sheer silliness and craziness of it that stood out the most for me. A lot of people got. You're always here, Oma. I appreciate you. Um, Virion. A lot of you guys ended up using Shadow as the agent and not the coyote, which is why a lot of you guys failed. Okay, Shadow was the coyote, not the agent. Um, so I just wanted to put that out there. A lot of people failed because of that specifically. That fell into accuracy, right? And now, if you're gonna if you're not gonna be accurate on a silly story, even if it's fictitious, even if it's a meme style story, if you're not gonna be accurate about who's who, you're not gonna pass. But Oma, you had similar issues to other people with the formatting, right? You had lack of emojis in yours. You had one here, but for the most part, you didn't use any emojis. You used a lot of the images, and they were all like custom images. Whether they were GPT created or not, whatever, they look good. They fit the story. I liked the images accompanying the text. Shadow, a notorious coyote, had his most brilliant plan yet to cross the border. Disguised himself as a giant inflatable pineapple. Nobody questions a pineapple, he thought, waddling towards the checkpoint. Um, so picture nobody questions a pineapple border crossing. Yep, Shadow's brilliant plan. Um, so this is one big text block. What I probably would have done was I probably would have spaced this down just from here and put it on its own line. Um, and that would have felt a little bit neater. It would have looked a little bit better. So like instead of this, just this, just a little bit of break in there. I'll get to yours, Hamez. One second. Where are you? This will probably be one of the. Okay. Yep. Yep. You got disqualified for other reasons. Let's see. Hamez. Okay. All right. We went over it many times that the coyote is Shadow, damn it. But yeah, so just like spacing these out a little better would have worked good, right? An iced agent, Rick, immediately noticed the oversized fruit. Spaced down, right? Sir, I'm going to need to see your papers, he stated, tapping the plastic rind. Space down again, right? Give it a little breathing room for the text. Inside, Shadow frantically searched his pocket for his fake ID, but only found a coupon for bulk fertilizer. You missed a period at the end. Um, you're using punctuation everywhere else. Make sure you consistently use it. Um, Before the agent could get suspicious, a sudden gust of wind sent Shadow's pineapple disguise bouncing right over the agent's head and across the border. I've lost the pineapple, the agent radioed as Shadow, a master of absurd escape, made his getaway. Check it. It was short, it was sweet, right? And you had images for each one. It was good. The only thing, like I said, is you're lacking a little bit of emojis, and you're lacking the spacing. That those are the two things that kind of hurt you the most there, Oma. Um, but like for this one, before the agent could get suspicious, the sudden gust of wind overhead and across the border. Just space that down. Give that a line break in between border and I've lost the pineapple, and it would have read better. It would have felt better. Um, Meaningful emojis are meaningful emojis. You guys understand what those are. Something that emphasizes the meaning of the sentence there. You could have used a pineapple somewhere. You could have used for bulk fertilizer, manure or a cow or something like that, or a poop emoji. Um, you could have used uh, let's see, Sun Gust Wind. I've lost the pineapple. This one would have been a little bit harder to find good emojis to tie in there, but you missed the punctuation again on this one. But yeah, no, like you managed to get this really good. So yeah, I liked it a lot. Oma, good job. Took from my. All right. Hamez, I don't see Stark in here at the moment, so what I'll do is I'm gonna jump over to yours real quick, Hamez. Um, where is it? Here we go. So, the Guac Bandito's icy apprehension. My alias, Guac Bandito. Mission, cross the digital border. My tools, a shaky VPN and one last can of borrowed guac. I was memeing my way into Solana Bliss until I felt a chill. A DM. It was him. Agent Shadow. That's why you failed. Immediately failed. The moment you used Agent Shadow, you failed. Hamez. Because Shadow is the coyote, not the agent. That's where I'm talking about accuracy. I like this, right? But the way that you formatted it, right? I would have done this in one line, this in another line, my tools as another line, my tools, a shaky VPN and one last can of borrowed guac. And then I would have done line breaks to get this from here and move it down a little bit, right? Um so hashtags don't matter nearly as much as they used to. Hashtags were really good for tracking and analytics. Now you have analytics built into posts through X. So you don't need hashtags. Hashtags are good for amplification if you have a good viral trending hashtag that you can put in there, but I would only like use one. Um, I wouldn't even use one usually. I don't like them anymore. I feel like they're spammy. And usually AI tends to generate a lot of posts with hashtags because they think that you need hashtags still for posts for X, and you don't. They're not important anymore. Um, the graphics are kind of cool. Um, but again, Agent Shadow's everything everywhere through here. The whole Agent Shadow thing is what really messed you up. His message was just a frozen gif of a glacier. I tried to hide, changed my PFP, posted GM like a native, but I'd already slipped up, comma. I asked for a seed phrase. He replied, "Compliance is a warm blanket." My wallet flash froze. The guac tasted of regret. Iced coin. Again, you did the I got binged. I don't know where I got binged from though. Huh. But yeah. So like just the way that you worded some of this and the way that the posts are structured, again with the ice coin hashtag, one hashtag per thread, one maybe two depending, and I wouldn't use both of them in the same post because it's too much. um and then apprehended, sentenced to community service, very clipped sentences. You could have turned this conversational. uh, Shadow was sentenced to community service when he was apprehended. Turns out that means making absolute banger memes for at IceCoin. Best capture ever. The end? Question mark. No, a frosty new beginning. Check out the fun with at IceCoin memes and rewards. Join us. Discord.gg. And then you did the hashtags again. Like the hashtags gotta go. Um, yeah. Um, happiest prisoner ever, and then comma the end question mark. Like there's ways that you could have phrased this a little differently. The CTA you could have put on its own line so that it displayed either the token and the server invite link. His coyote does kind of look like the fox from FFG in my opinion. And true, a lot of people don't know what the hell a coyote is. Like, do you guys even have coyotes down there in Africa? Marion, you're usually well behaved until you get with Girly, and then you guys are a riot. You and Girly like amplify each other. Yeah, no problem, James. I hope it helped a little bit. Um, as we go, I'm gonna be posting the videos with the different lessons for content creation. Yeah, no coyotes in Africa, just hyena, right? Um, so I'm going to be posting the videos that we have from old guild halls with ways to improve your posting skills and like your spacing and your hooks and stuff like that. And yeah. Oh, I used to love National Geographic. I used to love it. That and Animal Planet. You guys are probably too young for Animal Planet. Is Animal Planet still a thing? I'm aging myself here. Yeah, Animal Planet was amazing, right, Demon Slayer? Like fuck, Steve Irwin and all the other cool people running around catching animals and exploring the wilds with you. Like I loved that shit, man. Steve Irwin was like the best growing up. Yes, I did, Klaus. I did. You guys don't remember the old PBS special days and shit. Get out of here. Um, public broadcast television. Um, well, technically, the old timers that were doing like the nature shows were the ones that killed themselves off, like fucking around with the wrong animals. Like, jeez. All right, first place was Stark, and I'm gonna go over this one real quick because I don't see Stark here, but Stark's won in my opinion. He had just really good formatting. He had really good imagery. I did not like how it switched over from like the realistic looking image to the cartoon looking image. That's something that threw me off a little bit. Um, so like if you have a theme of imagery or a theme of topic, don't jump off of that because it breaks the immersion for the readers, right? So that's gonna hurt your retention of people as you go. Um, but I once read of an outlaw trying to sneak through the night with a sack that clattered louder than he walked. He called it supplies, but anyone listening could tell it was full of meme coins whispering when moon. And beside him, a coyote strutting like he owned his fate. The outlaw believed the darkness would cover him, not knowing that shadows see what others don't. Besides him, his coyote strutted with the confidence of bad advice. Meanwhile, an ICED agent had marked every step, patient enough to wait for the faintest noise to expose them. Shadow moved in silence, steady and certain, the kind of presence you feel before you see, and then, aha, the outlaw's bag gave him away. Coin shifted restlessly, louder than his breath, and just in that very moment, I knew the night would not carry him far. When fear set in, he stumbled, and his sack burst open, spilling coins across the ground like confetti of failures. The coyote tumbled, the plan collapsed, and the outlaw sat still, knowing the chase had ended before it could even begin. When the chase ended, silence fell. The outlaw sat defeated, his fortune scattered, his schemes dissolved. He knew what it meant. He had been iced. Check out at IceCoin and ice.meme and come vibe, learn, and be a friend with the CJN friends. It was just like it was like a really, it was almost like poetic the way that he wrote this. Um, I did almost dig him more than I did for like the imagery here when like when he mentioned shadow here. Shadow moved in silence, but I can't tell if he was talking about the outlaw and the coyote or if he was talking about the agent. So I didn't ding him on that one because it was kind of like it could have went either way, you know. But all in all, it was a great post. It was really well done. It was spaced really well. He used some emojis. He had some good images on him. He didn't use a bunch of hashtags or anything. He only tagged the ice token once from the look of it. Yeah, and in the call to action post. So realistically, really good post. So, but yeah, guys, that's our top five for this one. I think we're gonna leave this off here so that I have something coming up at 1 o'clock, so I've got to hop off. We're going to do our drawing real quick, and then I got to go get some food and some more caffeine. So let's get the bot printing. Anime is amazing. I love anime. Anime is bae. Um, yes, I'm old. I say bae. Haha. Get over it. Stage, track, export current, channel, CGF stage, milestone. We're gonna do 15. Let's print this out. No! QuickBot was timed out. Fuck you. I need to give whitelist to QuickBot, apparently. Discord. Fuck. Wick. Shit, that's annoying. Slash timeout. Remove QuickBot. Alright. Um, let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Whitelist. Spam. Search bot. Commands. Bang. Save. Select user. Quick. 1 second, guys. Save. Um. Alright, I think I'm good now. Let me see if I can get this going. Slash stage track export current channel CGF stage milestone threshold 15. There we go. Current detailed, current consolidated. That should be the one. All right, here we go. Yep, that's it. Sheets, file import, upload, browse, downloads, current consolidated, open, import. We're gonna freeze these. Oh wait, no. Move group, freeze, and then we're gonna sort. Wait, no, sort Z to A. Here we go. Delete. We're gonna remove JK. Delete. We're gonna remove Gohart. Delete. All right. So 15 minutes and up. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna do a quick wheel of names here, guys, because I gotta run. So wheel of names is the preferred choice today. Welcome back, Queen Bee. I hope school went good for you. There we go. Got 85 people. 85 people. Ready? Steady? And the first winner is coming up. Let's see who we've got. We've got your fave girly, who wins all the fucking time. Congratulations, girly. We're going to give it a couple shuffles. Ready, steady, and second winner is coming up. Let's go. Let's see who we've got. We have, oh, almost Klaus. We've got Zimba. Congratulations, Zimba. Give it a couple shuffles, ready, steady, and last but not least, yeah, I know you were close, Klaus. I'd be pissed too. Last but not least is Andrew. Congratulations, Andrew, for your win here. Let's get these in here. I know you were so close, buddy. Um, at your fave girly. Congratulations, Gurry. At Zimba, and at Andrew. Let me make sure that that is the right Andrew before I go posting shit and getting weird claims. Um, there we go for Andrew. Um, let's see. Let me just make sure. Control copy user. Control FV. Yep, that is the right one. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Um, so I am gonna add you guys to the winners. Oh shit, where are they? There we go. I'll add you guys to the winners. We're gonna get the. Hopefully, you guys get your tickets open soon. We will get that processed and. Oh shit, wrong one. There we go. And then we will get those rewards sent out as soon as we possibly can. Um, thank you guys for joining in today. I appreciate you all. You all make my job all that much better and more enjoyable because you guys come and attend and participate and have a good time. It makes for me having a better time too, which I appreciate. Um, I there's nothing like streaming or doing an event and having nobody hanging out and participating. So it definitely goes a really long way to have you guys here and hanging out and having a good time with us. All right. I thank you all. I am going to go. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to have some more information coming out soon. We're going to have some new contests. Don't forget, we have a contest coming up, ongoing right now for the thumbnail contest for Saturday. So don't forget about that. And we'll get some other fun things figured out. All right. We're ending now, Shieldy. You're late, buddy. But there's always the next one. There is always another event here at CJ and Friends. We're always having events. We're always having fun and getting together and just having a general good old time with everybody because that's what we do. CJ and Friends. We have fun. We hang out. We participate. We have learning, growing, and earning constantly happening here. So thanks again, everybody.